Hola, welcome to the Georgia Hispanic Chamber of Commerce podcast series. In today's podcast, our panel will discuss import and exports as presented at the 10th Annual Business Summit and Expo, Wednesday, September 7th, 2011.
We're going to talk about exporting and how we can assist the small business customer in exporting. What I thought we would do is I'll introduce myself, we'll go down the line, and then we'll come back and talk briefly about what each of us does. And then we're just going to ask you to tell us, what are your problems, what are your questions, what do you know, what don't you know, and we'll just kind of go from there. My name is Tad McCampbell. I am with UPS Capital, that's United Parcel Service Capital. We are the finance arm of UPS, and what we do is lend money to small and medium-sized businesses, and part of that what we do is lend money for exports.
My name is Adriana Trueba. I'm with Atlanta Coastal Brokers, and we mainly do importing from all over the world. We have people who speak Chinese, Spanish, and English in our office, and we've been in business for about 30 years.
Good morning, my name is Guillermo Ortiz from Ghost Consulting, and we have been doing a lot of projects, more than 100 projects, helping international firms to go into Mexico, and we're very happy to talk about it.
I guess everybody can hear me. I can talk pretty loud. You can ask my girlfriend, she tells me all the time. Basically what we do at UPS Capital is we finance incoming and exgoing inventory. Primarily, what I want to talk about today is exports. We finance exports using the XM Bank. We have been doing this for 13 years. Most people find it very unusual that UPS is actually in the finance business. But what we do is we create financial products that are aligned to our main expertise, which is transportation or logistics. So what I do is I meet with small to medium businesses and I help them finance their exports, whether it be an export working line of credit, an inventory buyer line of credit, or actually financing a piece of equipment going to, say, Brazil. In that instance, what we do is we actually finance the buyer in Brazil. If you want to call them Juan or whatever you want to call them, we will finance Juan buying the U.S. piece of equipment. And we do this by having actual people on the ground in Brazil, in Mexico, in Turkey, in Hong Kong, all across the world. We have actual boots on the ground, people that can meet with the buyer and help speak the language, help work with the financial statements, get everything together so that we can underwrite it. And we have been doing this for 13 years. We've done 830 transactions in 40 countries, and we have a 98% approval rate with the XM Bank. So my staff, maybe not me, but my staff are experts. So we can handle anything from $250,000 to $20 million. Yes?
We do the opposite, but we don't finance it. We actually clear the freight through customs and any other government agency that you might have, such as Fish and Wildlife, FDA, USDA, anything that gets involved with the actual importing of the product. We can clear your freight nationwide as long as you have a continuous bond. We bring from puppies, cats, to full containers of the same thing, caterpillars, anything you can imagine, furniture, antiques, just about anything. Tropical fish is one of our biggest ones. We have the provider for Petco's Tropical Fish Company, so we import their fish every single day. We bred stuff in the zoo. I mean, just anything you can imagine. But what we do is we handle it from once it comes into the United States, and you need to clear it through customs. Anything that comes into the United States has to be cleared through U.S. Customs. That's what we do. We handle the paperwork on your behalf, deliver it if you need us to deliver the freight, and then clear any other agency that you may have. If you have a food product, USDA product, or anything like that, we will help you with that.
First of all, in terms of the dynamics of the seminar, we were talking with Tad and Adriana, and instead of you have guys formal presentation from us, it's more an interactive seminar. So if we move in this direction, just having your concerns, your doubts about the export thing, it would be better if we engage everybody on the discussion. We have been doing mainly market research. That is a key point for entry in the international market, and particularly important when you are engaged in an export activity. Now, let's see, for example, you are trying to go to Mexico to sell your product. And at this point, there are several tools or organizations that are going to help you. And suddenly you are in Mexico City in a trade show, and a bunch of representatives are going to show up to your table and present business cards and say what you want to sell. And this is a key factor, because in terms of choose the right agent in a foreign country, this is a key issue. Because if you don't do the right homework to choose the right representative or agent, you could lose at least a year to be aware that this was not the right guy. So obviously you need to have an expert